Hey guys, in this episode of the BerryBot 3D, we'll try to answer a few questions that were asked in the last video, do the box opening of the Mobius camera. I'll show you a mount that I printed to hold the camera, talk about the configuration software, show you a few of my new favorite tools, and show you the Mobius and the mount in action. Well, here we are at the bench, guys. Let's take a look at this Mobius camera, see what's in this thing. When I ordered it, I did go ahead and pick up another Kingston card. I often wonder if these are knockoffs or the real thing. Anyways, it's a you want to get at least a class 4 or better, and this one's 32 gig. I think this is the actual camera. It's a pretty tiny little sucker. You could even make a mount, and I think you could put it right on the head of your printer. And some of the other things we got in the box, these are things we use a lot in flying FPV and stuff, because you put it in a transmitter to get your video downlink.
Job.
So you can actually plug in and get that. We won't be doing that for the 3D printer. It's just got some general cables. It does have a few different mounts, it looks like, for it, so I'll play around with these and see, design something in SolidWorks to work with those probably. Looks like it's even got a headgear. Could mount it on your forehead. Don't really need that. Here's one for a bicycle. I always like these little articulating arms here that have balls. Those are nice. And, oh, look at here. Here's a little pedestal already. All ready to go. Yeah, see, something like that would work just fine. Looks like it's already fixed at an angle that would work. Huh, okay. Yeah, see, here's a whole bunch of different... Might want to get it up a little higher, pointing down at the print, but yeah, these will definitely come in handy. And then here we go, we got a couple other items. What's this stuff all about? Wow, even gives you a little screwdriver. And a little level. Not sure what that's for. A couple extra little caps. And oh, this is so you can put your video card right in here and go USB. It's a little micro SD card adapter for USB, and it gives you a couple cleaning lenses. That's cool. Anyways, that's pretty much it that's in the box. We'll go ahead and take a look what's available on the software side of it, and then give this thing a try. I see these little suckers pop in here, so if you wanted a threaded mount, you could just pop that in there. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, see, something like that'll work. Oh yeah. Sweet. That's nice and secure. Like it. Alright, let's go to the computer and take a look at some software. Hey guys, here we are at the configuration utility that Mobius provides on their website. I'll just take you through a quick run through here and show you the things that I've changed and messed around with. As you can see, it's got a lot of settings. I mean, power off, standby, you can set power off, disconnect. It's got a lot of stuff in here you probably will never even need to change. However, it does have a few things that are kind of cool. These are the different modes here, 1 and 2. I have one set up for continuous video, and then 2 I have set up to do a time-lapse video, and that right now I have it at 2 seconds, which seems to work pretty well. Here are some of the other settings. You can rotate. I've used this one, rotate 180, and you'll see the mount that I made for the Berry bot. It allows you to mount it upside down, which works really good, makes it easy to get to the buttons. So here's 1 and 2, and then this is photo mode. And you look at the resolution on photo mode, it's pretty amazing. So these are the 3 different modes that you'll set up. These are just some other miscellaneous if you're in Europe. I think they use PAL, and here in the States we use most of the time NTSC. And it's got a few other settings here. Once you get everything dialed in the way you want it for these modes, what you do is you just highlight the camera. Once it's plugged in, it'll come show up here on this menu, and you just highlight it. Then you go right down here to set parameters. Click that, and within just a few seconds it'll go ahead and show you that you've updated your camera successfully. And that's about it. There's really not much to it. You can just unplug the camera and you're off to the races. Here you can see I'm starting a print that I designed in SolidWorks to hold the Mobius camera. Turned out pretty cool. Well, here we go, guys. We're at the bench, and let's take a look. This is the mount that came with the headset piece. So I just took the adapter off and clipped it off, and my idea was to use this part. Let's see how this fits up here. Use this part, and I just measured this thing to get this size and the width so that this would mount right in here, just like that. And then this little square hex, I had it set up so that I have the knob on my right hand here when I'm tightening it in. So this should slip right in here, and I'll line it up, and sweet, it fits right in there. And then this is recessed slightly for this end, and so you can spin that in and tighten that up. Cool. Yeah, that works nice. And this is really coarse. This is 2 millimeters, so it actually it's got some knurls on the original part of the mount, so I can actually feel those knurls kind of grabbing the layers. So it'll be something at an angle about like that, I think. And then the reason I pocket this way out so that these arms could flex, and I made them thicker because since they're going with the layers, I didn't want them breaking. So yeah, that works out sweet. Now the question is how easily this looked like this was in there pretty good. So I don't know. We'll see if this will come out of here or not. This may end up having to cut this out, but we'll see. This was sliced with Cura, and I really like Cura for slicing, but this looks like this is in there pretty good. can easily enough just take this over to the bandsaw and chop this out, but let's just see what happens here. Wow, most of it came out pretty easily. Still got some in there where the curve, where this radius was, it's a little bit tight in there, so I don't know, I'll get in there with a screwdriver and see if that comes out. The rest of it came out pretty easily. Still got the first layer of the grid. Looks like it's still sitting in there. So I'm going to try to get that out as well. But may have to sand that out. Actually, it looked like it almost came clear off of the bottom. It's actually not bad. Let me see if I can get an awl behind this here. Well, that's actually coming out. Always want to be careful with these suckers. They're deadly. I'll be darned. Look at that. That sucker came right out of there. Look at that. Unbelievable. Woohoo! Anyway. Yeah, so I'll just take a little bit of a file to that. Looks like I can probably just file this a little bit. Wow, that looks actually pretty decent. I want to show you a couple of my new favorite tools. Oh, look at that. That actually cleaned up all right. So what I'm going to do is put a layer of felt in there. I dimensioned this so that a piece of felt would be able to sandwich in there. That way I can slip it over the aluminum on my end effector, and I'm hoping this distance is just about right to get good focus. But anyways, this is something I just got the other day, and this is actually really cool. This is a Stanley, and it's a little one, and it's a low angle block plane. Two of my favorite tools now is this and this Cereburr. This thing is got a ceramic deburring tool is what this is, and what I like it for is just for like if you're just got sharp edges, you can just take it and rub it over. You've seen me use a piece of sheet metal, but the neat thing about this ceramic is that it'll never dull. Virtually never, and it just knocks off the corner so nicely. So you can just clean up your parts lickety split with just a couple of scrapes of this thing. Take off the sharp burrs, and yeah, so this is one of my favorite tools. And then sometimes when I'm packing the bottom, like I didn't really worry about it on this too much. I like packing the bottoms for some things, and I'll show you an image.
And to pack this bottom, what you can do is just crank up your bed temperature. I usually run it to about 100 degrees on the bed. This is with PLA, 100 degrees, and then I run real hot on the extrusion, and I make sure my percentages are just right for a total fill. And sometimes I'll even bump it up a couple percent over 100, and yeah, it does a nice job of giving it a total pack. For something like this, I didn't really care. But anyways, I'll show you what this thing, how great this little guy is. And I just got this. I got some that I use for woodworking. Not this particular one. That's why I thought, well, if it doesn't work for my printing cleanups, I'll use it for wood. But what I do with it is, like, I'll just pull this off of here. So, like, for example, it was printed down like this, and you know, when you're packing it, it'll leave that little bit of an edge, a razor edge there. And what this was really nice for is you can run it right across, just give it a couple swipes. Can you see those little fine? And so what it does is it just basically chamfers that edge right. Look at how nice that is. Let's give it a nice perfect little chamfer on it. And I got this one from Amazon, and this is it's a little bit, you could get a knockoff, a cheapy one on eBay, probably would do just as fine. This is I think this was around 70 bucks. It's the Stanley, the one that's got the low angle is the one that I was actually looking for. It looks like it's a 12-139 is the model. But man, it sure does quick work of cleaning up. I mean, just nice. Feels nice. Could even get it on these little ones here. I could use this one in here. Alright, so we'll put some felt in there and see how that sucker is going to hold up on there. Yeah, I can even feel those little serrated teeth grabbing onto the layers there. That's cool. So yeah, that's really neat. All right, well, we'll put some felt on there and see how that works.
I'll show you a bunch of different clips here from the point of view of the Mobius, as well as showing you on the outside. You can see how the mount fits onto the end effector. It worked out really cool. The video from the actual Mobius is really neat to watch, especially on huge prints where you leave it, you know, going all night or something. It's kind of cool to be able to go back and take a look at it, see how it actually built it. These are actually little parts I was making for Tormach tool holders for some of my tooling for my CNC machine. This is the point of view of that camera when it was coming down. This is actually printing out another item, but in any case, it's a pretty neat point of view. I didn't mention it, but the kit that I bought actually came with the little tripod that you see there. It just happens to fit perfectly right on the corner of my machine, and you'll see here in just a second what the view looks like from it. It's really quite nice. Now this is from that exact point of view you just saw, and this is the time lapse. I think this is 2-second intervals. This is the same positioning, but just real time. Okay guys, I'm going to try to answer a few questions that I've been asked frequently. One of them has to do with the end stops that I use on the BerryBot 3D. You can see this piece here is machined out of an aluminum angle. It's got it's 1/2 by 1/2 by 1/16 wall to produce this part here. It has a stainless steel nutsert. It's an 832 nutsert pressed in that a screw goes up through the top plate, and that gives me the fine adjustment. You can see it's got a nylock there that kind of captures it onto the top plate, and then as I turn it, it raises and lowers that arm to give me some fine adjustment. Basically, I set all 3 of them are set exactly the same. You know, once it's built and once it's set, I never touch them again. I don't use any of that for adjusting. It's just really just to set it up initially, and then you don't ever touch it again. It does make it nice though, because you can get a really fine adjustment, make sure that it's perfectly level up at the top. This is another question that was asked, and that's how I handled the linear rail and the upright structure. As you can see, the linear rail is laid into a recess here. This is basically a 1x2 channel, aluminum channel with an 1/8 inch wall, and the LEDs run in either corner, and then the linear rail is attached right in the middle. Having it recessed in there just makes the whole thing look really clean. You can see here's the carriage at the top, and it's got the belt grip there, and it's just barely off, just barely clear of the legs on that 1x2 channel.